Hey journey goers, welcome to the Zen Den, and today's class we are going to be using the Yoga Trapeze. This awesome contraption yoga prop tool is from Yoga Body Naturals, really epic company that makes awesome products like this one. For this class we're going to be focusing on releasing and rejuvenating our backs. Yeah. So you'll notice that the trapeze is set up with the handles clipped into it, and it's also in a pretty high setting so that when we invert ourselves, we'll be able to really hang and get the full benefit of this beautiful tool, the Yoga Trapeze. So with that said, get yourself all hooked up, unroll that yoga mat, and I'll meet you back here. All right, so we're on our mat, and our hands, we can just gently rest them here in the swing. And I just want you to come into a mountain-like stance, so feet hip-width distance, feel all four corners of the feet, root down through those feet and invite the energy up through the body, roll the shoulders onto the back, make a lot of space, close the eyes. Let's just take 3 deep breaths to come into the moment, inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Again, big inhale through that nose. And exhale, release. Last one, inhale into the body. And exhale into the present moment. From here, keep the hands right in the swing. Go ahead and open those eyes and gently shift the body forward, coming into an L-shaped stance with the body. We're going to allow the chest to drop down, the head and neck to release. Just making a lot of space in the hamstrings, the heart, the shoulders, lengthening through the back. Just take 3 deep breaths here. Feel free to bend the knees if those hamstrings are talking to you. Inhaling through the nose. This time exhaling through the nose. 2 more big breaths. Last one. Everyone on an inhale, bend the knees, slowly begin to lift the chest and glide the fabric back in towards the body. Coming around to the top of your mat, we're going to run through some sun salutations, incorporating our trapeze at the end. We'll do about 5, end with some beautiful hip openers, and then we'll have a nice sweet Shavasana. So top of the mat, big toes touching, hands down by your sides. On an inhale breath, reach the arms up overhead, grow tall through the fingertips. Exhale to bend at the knees and forward fold, Uttanasana. Relax the head and neck, let it go, shake it out. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back, hug belly in. Exhale, step back to plank pose just for a moment. Strong, nice plank. And then exhale the knees and the chest all the way down to the mat. Inhale to slide the forearms forward for Sphinx pose. Your toenail side is down. Your legs are gently activated. Your pubic bone is pushing into the earth as your forearms are rooting, and then your chest is beautifully opening through the gate of your arms. Take 2 deep breaths. Last inhale. Exhale to relax the body down and send it back to child's pose. So lift the body, send the hips back. Take a child's pose with the knees together. 1 round of breath. Inhale up to your tabletop position. We'll run through 2 cat-cows here. On an inhale, opening the front side body. Exhale, reverse the movements, round the back, belly button to spine. Again, inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale back to neutral tabletop. Curl the back toes under and find your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Focusing on creating space between each fingertip, pushing down between the thumb and index finger, really activating those arms as you send the hips high to the sky, backs of the legs opening, chest is melting. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhaling up the front side body. Sending the exhale down the back side body. Last round. On inhale, gaze forward, come up onto tippy toes and just walk the feet in about halfway. And exhale to forward fold. On an inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the side, rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, grow tall. And then exhale to look over to your yoga trapeze and reach for the highest handles, yeah? All right, on an inhale, we're going to sit our bums up into the swing. So bend the knees, engage the core, lift up, whoop, and find your fabric. You're definitely going to need to readjust once you get up here. You want the, actually, let me just try that one more time. You want to try and get the bum back onto the fabric and this front piece of the fabric right at the top of the thigh. So on an inhale breath, bend the knees, jump up high. There we go. Okay. So the fabric that is closest to the top of your mat is going to be right where the tops of your thighs start. And then the back fabric, you want it to be right so that it's supporting the top of your butt, but not going into your low back. Okay. From here, grab your middle handles, start to engage the core, and slowly lean back as you take the legs nice and wide and wrap them around the swing. Okay, once you get this bind, slowly lower your body all the way down. Take your time. Cup both elbows and just hang. We're here for 5 breaths. Make sure you relax the head and neck. Feel free to move around, readjust. Really feel the body and the back lengthening. Space being made between each vertebra. Last round of breath. On an inhale, gaze forward and start to walk the fingertips forward, finding a little bit of a heart opening. Once you traction your fingertips, just allow the chest to melt. One more round of breath here. And exhale to release the fingertips. Listen carefully. Immediately engage your core here. Hug belly button to spine. Reach up for the long handle, the fabric of the long handle. Using your core, start to unravel your legs and lift the chest all the way back up to a seated position. Take a moment. Take 2 deep breaths. Last one. Letting that blood reverse back down the body. Find your top handles here. And slowly lift yourself up out of the swing. All right, we're going to do that 4 more times. Step back up to the top of your mat. Inhale the arms high. Exhale, bend the knees, melt the chest down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Flat back, heart pulls through. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees and the chest. And then inhale up, Sphinx pose. 2 rounds of breath. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the chest down, slide the hands back, and send the hips back for child's pose, Balasana. One round of breath. Inhale up, tabletop pose, set up, and then on your next inhale, open up, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale back to neutral tabletop, curl the back toes under, and find your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. If you have any sort of low back tenderness, make sure to really keep a bend in the knees to release the low back and not pull on the hamstrings here. Take 2 more rounds of breath. On an inhale, gaze forward, come up onto your tippy toes and walk the feet up halfway. Exhale to relax and forward fold, Uttanasana. On an inhale, bend the knees deeply, engage the core, sweep the arms out to the side, grow tall through the fingertips. Exhale, hands down through heart center, and let's find our handles. Stepping back to our swing. Remembering to take a big, nice, healthy jump to get into the swing. Bend those knees, hop up. Whoop. Don't worry, guys, I'll get better at this. Bend those knees and hop up. Oh, I think I just figured out the trick. I'll tell you next time. Alrighty, find the middle handles here. Make sure your fabric is nice and adjusted to support you. Engage the core and start to lean it back. Take the legs wide as you ravel them around the swing. Get that nice firm hold and slowly release all the way down. Feels so good. Okay, so options here are to stay right here and just hang, or you can come into a one-legged bow pose where you're going to keep the left leg, just listen carefully if you're upside down, keep the left leg nice and rooted and raveled up, okay? Start to slowly release the right leg and let it hang down to the earth. From here, reach back with your right hand to clasp the top of the right foot. Engage your core a little bit and then reach back with the left hand. Whoop. There you go. Once you find it, kick the feet into the hand just like you would in bow pose. Roll the shoulders back and open through the heart. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then slowly release. Find your long handles, the fabric, engage that core, slowly unravel the other foot, and meet me back in a seated position. Take 2 rounds of breath here. Okay, find your top handles. Lift yourself up out of the swing and meet me back at the top of your mat. Round 3. On an inhale, send those arms high to the sky, fingertips reach. Exhale, bend the knees, slowly forward fold. Uttanasana, relax the head and neck. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Slowly lower the knees and the chest all the way to the earth. Slide the forearms forward, Sphinx pose. 2 rounds of breath. Remembering to really roll the shoulders and pull the heart through as the pubic bone stamps down. Last inhale. Exhale to release. Slide the hands back. Find child's pose for a moment. Just drop right into it. Inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale up to tabletop pose. Find your little stance here, and then when you're ready, inhale, open. And exhale, round and reverse the movements. Inhale to open. Exhale and round and reverse. Inhale back to neutral tabletop. Find that downward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Send those hips back and high. Melt the chest down. You should be feeling a little bit more energized, awakened. This downward dog should be feeling much more open. It starts off very closed and tense, at least for me. And by that third sun salutation, it's really starting to feel like that resting posture. Take another round of breath. Open the mouth and let it go. Inhale to gaze forward, come up onto tippy toes, walk it up halfway. And exhale, let it go, relax the head and neck. On inhale, bend the knees, engage the core, sweep the arms out, reach towards the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Taking it back to our yoga trapeze, and here's where I think I have cracked the code. So when you grab the top handles, we want to reach the elbows back and around so that when we jump up, the swing then comes underneath the body. Yep, I think that's the trick. All right, bend those knees, engage the core. Inhale, lift yourself up. Yeah, definitely the trick. Okay. Make sure the fabric is nice and adjusted for you. Middle handles, find them. Start to engage the core, lean back. Spread the legs wide and then find your stance. So take the feet around and clasp them. Slowly lower the body. This is becoming more and more familiar, yeah? All right, so again, two options. You can stay right here and hang and lengthen and relax. Or we're going to the other side, so keeping the right foot nice and strong and active, and slowly releasing the left leg and letting it hang down and back. Reach back with the left hand to find the top of the foot. And when you're comfortable, take the right hand and shimmy it under. There we go, and reach for it. Once you've got what you can get, start to push the foot into the hand and really open through the chest. 2 breaths wherever you are. And slowly release that foot. Find the fabric of your long handles. Hug belly button to spine and meet me back in a seated position. Take your time. Whew. 2 breaths here. Recalibrate, reconnect. Okay, find those top handles. Ease yourself out of the swing. And then back to the top of our mat. We got 2 more. Inhale the arms high. Exhale to bend the knees and soften the chest down, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Lower yourself all the way down. Knees, chest. Slide the forearms forward for Sphinx pose. 2 rounds of breath. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the chest down, slide the hands back, find that child's pose. It's short but oh so sweet, so drop in quickly. Inhale up, tabletop pose. Get situated on the exhale. On the inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, roll shoulders back. Exhale, round the back, drop the tailbone, relax head and neck. Inhale, open the front side. Exhale, round and reverse your movements. Come back to neutral tabletop pose and find your downward facing dog. This time just for a breath, so curl the toes under, send it back. Find the pose, 1 round here. Inhale, gaze forward. And walk those toes up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. On an inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the side, grow tall through the fingertips. And exhale the hands down to heart center. Go ahead and back up to that trapeze. Grab your top handles. Make sure to do our little trick. Wing the elbows back and around the fabric. Bend the knees, and on an inhale, find yourself in your swing. Readjust the fabric as you need to. And then slowly make your way back down into your hanging inverted position. Taking your time, really honing in on what's working for you in this swing, because something's going to be different for everyone, yeah? Like, you've got to figure out what works and how it's comfortable for you to get into this position. Okay, so the last 2 times we hung upside down, you had the option of coming into half bow pose, which you definitely do now. Just staying here and hanging, or slowly making your way into full bow pose. So releasing one leg at a time, reaching back for that first foot, slowly releasing the other leg, taking your time here, reaching back for this foot, and then just like you would in bow pose, kicking the feet into the hand, really rolling the shoulders back, finding the heart opener in the thoracic spine, the middle spine to upper back, not compressing the low back. Stay for 2 deep breaths. Slowly release the feet. You got to keep the core engaged here. Find that fabric of the long handle and slowly lift yourself all the way back up. Take 2 deep breaths. I'm swaying from side to side now. Another breath. Okay, find those top handles. Ease yourself out of the swing. And let's step to the top of the mat for our last round, yeah? Inhale the arms high. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. You should be feeling really nice and open, relaxed, rejuvenated. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step it back, plank pose. Lower down knees, chest comes all the way down. Inhale, slide the forearms forward. Find that Sphinx pose, 2 breaths. Last inhale. And exhale, release, slide the hands back. Find child's pose for that moment. 1 round of breath. Inhale up, tabletop pose. Exhale to adjust and find it. Inhale, come into cow pose. Exhale, reverse, cat pose. Inhale to open the front side body, make space. Exhale to release. Inhale back to neutral tabletop pose. Curl those toes under, downward facing dog. This time we're going to hold for 5 breaths. So feel free to bend the knees here. You can also take them as wide as your mat to soften into the hamstrings. And just come into the posture, embody it, breathe. Inhaling through the nose and into the body. Exhaling out the nose and releasing tension. 2 more rounds. Last big inhale. This time open the mouth, let it go. Inhale, come up onto those tippy toes and walk the feet forward about halfway. Exhale, relax and let it go. Forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees deeply, sweep the arms out to the side, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands down through heart center. Take that step back, find the top handles. Last one, yogis. Again, make sure you put the elbows in the right position. On an inhale, bend the knees and rise all the way up into the swing. This time we're just going for the basics, yeah. So position the fabric as you need to. Find the middle handles and slowly make your way down to your hanging shape. Wrapping the feet around, taking your time, lowering the torso all the way to that hanging moment. So we got 10 breaths here in our last one. You can just hang. You can feel free to walk the fingertips out like we did the first time, finding that heart opener. Do something that feels good. Switch it up. Practice those bow poses. Got about 7 more breaths. Three more to go. Stay present. Keep the breath strong. Keep inviting the mind into the body. Last 2. Last inhale. Locate the fabric of the long handle. Engage the core. Slowly begin to unravel as you lift the sternum up and come all the way into your seated pose. Stay here. Maybe you rest your head on the side. And take 3 deep breaths coming back into the body. You might feel a little bit dizzy. Last inhale. Slowly open those eyes. And for Shavasana today, we're actually going to stay right here in our swing. So start to slowly turn your body so that you're facing the side of the swing. You want to really grab as much fabric as you can and bring it out to the sides to make a nice little cup. Also, see how I'm taking my foot? I'm going to hug it in and over. So you're kind of in like a half lotus, but do whatever feels right for you. Take your time and adjust. As you can see, my knees are hanging. As you can see, my knees are hanging out to the sides. My back is fully supported by the back side of the swing. You can just relax your head. Hands come to the tops of the thighs, the knees. They can be wherever they want, up or down. Take a big inhale breath. Exhale, let it go. Really allow yourself to relax here. Let the swing fully support you so that you can surrender and just feel really safe. I know we're hanging, but this swing is a safe space. So surrender into it. Take another big inhale. Exhale, release. And then fully let it go. We'll hang here for about a minute. We're here for 5 more breaths. Allow yourself to soften. Keep surrendering into this safe space. Last round of breath, big inhale. Open the mouth, let it go. Slowly open those eyes. Take your time coming back to a forward-facing seated position. Find the tops of your handles. Pull yourself up out of the swing. And just standing right in front of it, let's bring hands to heart center. Another round of breath. Open those eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today, for playing along, for humoring me, for trying something new possibly, and for really breathing into your back and making a lot of space so that it can feel relaxed and rejuvenated. Again, thanks for stepping on the mat with me. I'll always meet you back here in the Zen Den.